Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Janine Iagoliana and this is the continuation of the report of Group 5. Our report are all about marketing channel, strategy of marketing channel. And then, the topics na na-assign sa akin ay ang mga sumusunod. First is the marketing channel concept, marketing channel participants, classification of channel participants, types of marketing participants in marketing channel, marketing intermediaries, the marketing channel, and the environment, and lastly, the environment of marketing channels. Marketing channel. So ano nga ba ang unang pumapasok sa ating isipan pag naririnig natin yung salitang marketing channel? So marketing channel is consists of different people, organization, and activities that helps in producing, developing a certain product or service that are available in the market. So, marketing channel operate in a continually changing environment. So, later on, matidiscuss din dito yung different environment na na-encounter ng marketing channel and how the marketing channel manager deals with it. Marketing channel concept is a more defined definition of marketing channel. It shows how the marketing channel works. Marketing channel concept is a marketing channel is a set of practices or activities that are important in transferring the ownership of goods from the point of production or from the manufacturer to the point of consumption, from the manufacturer to the end user. So next naman ay ang dual distribution channel. From the word itself, dual distribution channel, the wholesaler or manufacturer uses more than one distribution channel to market their product and services, and also to help them to generate more sales, and also to tap other market segmentation that are in the market. So, one of the example of dual distribution channel is franchising, wherein sa franchising, binibigyan ng franchisor ng rights ang franchisee na mag-operate ng kanilang business operation. Nowadays talagang makikita natin ang booming franchising business dito, especially dito sa Pilipinas. Makikita natin sila sa different fast food chains, sa mga viral business entities na nasa market. The next one is the institution that falls into three categories. Number one is the producer of the product, such as craftsman, manufacturer, farmer, and other industry producer. Pangalawa ay the user of the product, such as individual, household, business buyer, institution, or government. The last one is the certain middlemen, such as the wholesale or retail level. These people are the members or participant in marketing channel. Classification of channel participants. The illustration shows the relationship between the marketing channel and the facilitating agency. The marketing channel is composed of producer and manufacturer, intermediaries, and final user. Intermediaries are composed of wholesale intermediaries and retail intermediaries, while the final user are composed of consumer and industries. While the facilitating agency is composed of transportation firms, storage firms, advertising agencies, and financial firms. Also insurance firms, and lastly the marketing research firms. For me, the marketing channel and different facilitating agency is very important in the success of a certain business firm nowadays, because kung parehas silang function ng maayos, mas madali sa certain business entity or company na makapag-provide or makapag-produce ng good or service na i-offer nila sa market. Next is types of participants in marketing channel. There are two types of participants in marketing channel. The first one is direct participants. They are the ones who are connected with the source or the manufacturer. They also do the wholesaling and advertising of a product. Under the direct participant, there are two categories, the merchant and the agent. The merchant is the person who buy and sells commodities for profit. For example, the retailers and wholesalers, while the agent are the one who have a connection with the manufacturer but also outside the company. The second types of participants in marketing channel, the indirect participants. The indirect participants are those group or organization that are part of the process but are out of the companies. They also the second-hand source of merchandise. They do call the facilitator because they do host the selling of the product by their own means. The group of people under indirect participants are the wholesaler distributors, sales promotion agencies, and advertising agencies. Okay, let's move to marketing intermediaries. Marketing intermediaries plays a vital role in marketing channel. Marketing intermediaries are individual or companies na nagsisilbing middleman between the producer or manufacturer of the product to the end users. With the help of marketing intermediaries, nalilesen yung workload of logistic and customer support. Marketing intermediaries also use their knowledge and skills to help the manufacturer or the producer to assess larger customer bases. Marketing intermediaries are composed of 5 types: the retailer, wholesaler, agent and brokers, resident sales agent, and buying offices. First is retailers. Retailers are the gatekeepers to the market for all the other members of sales distribution process. Sobrang laki lang naging bahagi ng mga retailers sa sales distribution process dahil mas malawak yung na-access silang market. Araw-araw mas marami silang customer na nakikilala, nakakasalamuha at napaglilingkuran. And most importantly, the retailers are the one who sell the product or services to the end user. The example of retailers are the sari-sari store, supermarket, department store, convenience store, and etc. The next one is the wholesalers. Wholesalers are intermediaries or middlemen who buy products from the manufacturer and resell them to the retailers. The third one is agent and brokers. Agent and brokers are also intermediaries or middlemen who work within the supplier and retailers. Usually, agent and broker represent the manufacturer or the owner of the product or certain place na kanilang ibinibenta or inaalok sa prospective customer. Second to the last is the resident sales agent. They are the one who reside in the country to which they sell the product. Usually, sila rin yung mga taong pinapadala ng mga certain company or businesses or manufacturer sa isang lugar para tignan yung competitiveness ng product na ino-offer nila sa market. chine-check din ng mga resident sales agent kung ano ba yung reaction ng market sa ino-offer nilang product doon sa lugar na yun. Ang mga resident sales agent din ang mga nagpa-plan, nag-execute ng different marketing strategies para mas ma-promote yung product or service na ino-offer nila sa lugar na yun, para makita rin nila yung kung effective ba yung promotion na ginagawa nila para dun sa product, and para makapagbigay din sila ng feedback dun sa manufacturer or dun sa company nakakasakop sa kanila para mas ma-elevate pa nila or ma-improve pa nila yung product or service na ino-offer nila sa place na yun. The last one is the buying offices. Buying offices are also type of commission agent or broker, since they make their own money pairing up retailers with the product lines from various manufacturer. Next naman, move tayo sa last topic, which is marketing channel and the environment. Dito naman madidiscover natin ang different environment factors na maaaring maka-apekto sa marketing channel or naka-apekto na nga. Ano nga ba yung mga effects ng mga ito sa ating marketing channel? Either it's negative or positive. Pero alam naman natin na everything has two side talaga, kahit na nasa sa atin na lang yun kung paano natin i-handle yung ganong situation. It's either we move forward or step back. Pero at the end of the day, piliin pa rin natin mag-move forward to fight back. Kasi hindi naman natin alam kung saan tayo dadali ng tadhana. So, now let's go back to the topic. The environment of marketing channel. Marketing channels develop and operate in a complex environment that is continually changing. In result, manager must therefore have a deep understanding on the environment and how it can influence channel management of a certain businesses or companies in order for them to plan or work on more effective marketing channel strategy to meet these changes. Major environment consists of economic environment, competitive environment, socio-cultural environment, technological environment, and legal environment. In economic environment, we will see the effects of economic stability of a certain country to a different businesses that are functioning in that place. Under the economic environment, there are three economic phenomena. Number one is recession. Number two is inflation. And the last one is deflation. Recession happens when a consumer or corporate spending declines. This results in reduce in sales volume, also reduce in profitability, and business caught with large inventories. The channel strategy that a marketing manager can do in this kind of scenario or situation is that they need to tap the top management for them to provide channel member support by financing high inventory costs. They also need to plan or work out on the different promotional settings that may help them to acquire more consumer. The second phenomena under economic environment is inflation. Inflation happens when there is so much increase in price of a certain product or services that are available in the market. The third one is deflation. Deflations happen when the overall price level decreases so that inflation rate becomes negative. So it's the opposite of inflation. Next is competitive environment. Competitive environment is a dynamic external system in which a business competes and function. Because of the greater competition in the market, maraming businesses ang nag-step up to compete and perform its function para na rin makapag-deliver sila ng better product and services sa kanilang customer. For me, competitive environment plays a crucial part in the marketing channel. Kasi nga, 'di ba, pag masyadong mataas yung competition sa market, maraming maaring maging magandang benefits 'yon sa ating mga consumer. Hindi lang naman sa ating mga consumer, kundi doon na rin sa mga other businesses entities that are circulating in the market. So, number one na dito yung quality ng mas magandang quality ng product or service na pwede nating ma-acquire sa market. Kasi nga 'di ba masyado nang mataas yung competition. So bawat business competitors talagang ginagalingan na nila sa pag-innovate ng mga other product or services na maaaring mas magustuhan ng mga kanilang customer or consumer para na rin makasabay sila sa competition nga sa market. So maaaring nagkakandak sila ng iba't ibang uri ng marketing research at maaari ring naglalabas sila ng mga or gumagawa sila ng mga promotional strategies para mas maka-acquire pa ng different customer segments. There are different types of competition under competitive environment. Una na rito ang horizontal competition. So, horizontal competition is a competition between the firms at the same type. So, ito yung mga klase ng mga businesses na parehas yung product na kanilang ini-endorse or binibenta sa market. Katulad na lang ng mga different influencer nowadays like Miss Glenda ng Brilliant Skin and Miss Rosemar Tan ng Kagayako Soap. So, para silang nag-endorse or nagbebenta sa market ng mga skincare essentials. Next is intertype competition. Sa intertype competition, it is a competition between different types of firms at the same channel type. Ang example nito ay ang merchant wholesaler versus the agent and brokers. The third type is vertical competition, wherein sa vertical competition, competition between channels members at different levels. So ang example nito ay retailers versus wholesalers or wholesalers versus manufacturers. So makikita natin dito na nagko-compete yung mga tao dun sa marketing channel but in different levels. So makikita natin na kahit na nasa babang part yung mga retailers ay maaari pa rin sila makipag-compete sa mga wholesalers, samantalang ang mga wholesalers naman ay maaari silang makipag-compete sa mga manufacturer. The last one is channel system competition, wherein complete channels competing with other complete channels. So let's move to socio-cultural environment. So in this sense, makikita natin ang role na ginampanan ng socio-cultural environment sa different marketing channel and how the cultural environment affects the marketing channels. Let's move to legal issue in channel management. Under our legal issue in channel management, we have dual distribution or multi-channel distribution. It refers to the producer or manufacturer uses two or more different channel structures for distributing the same product. Next is exclusive dealing. Exclusive dealing pertains to the supplier requires its channel members to sell only its products or to refrain from selling directly to competitive supplier. The third one is full line forcing, which is suppliers requires channel members to carry a full line of its products in order to sell any particular products in suppliers' lines. Next is price discrimination. Suppliers sells at different prices to the same class of channel members. Next is price maintenance. Suppliers dictate prices charged by channel members to their customer. Next is refusal to deal. Suppliers has the right to refuse to deal with whoever they want as channel member. Next to that is resale restriction, tying agreements. When we say tying agreement, supplier sells a product to a channel member on a condition that the channel member also purchase another product. And the last one is vertical integration. In vertical integration, firms owns and operates organization at the other levels of the distribution channel. And that's all. Thank you.